Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video we're going to talk about makeup brushes. I feel like the tools that you use to apply your makeup can really make the difference in your makeup application. The kind of brushes that you want when you're older are not necessarily the same brushes that you need when you're younger. They're not going to perform the same. So what I tend to look for are very soft, very fluffy brushes where it doesn't tug the skin, especially on the eyes. Once the eyes start getting crepey and saggy, you need a whole different kind of brush. I'm going to show you my favorite brushes for each part of my face makeup application. So, for example, my favorite brush for applying powder foundation. So I went ahead and I got out all my brushes, or at least all my favorite brushes, and I've laid them all out in front of me. And what I'm seeing in front of me is that I basically like three brands of brushes, okay? I seem to like It Cosmetics brushes, Real Technique brushes, and Beauty Junkies brushes. So those are three brands that are inexpensive to middle of the road expensive as far as brushes are concerned. I have tried high-end brushes. I was sent a hand-cut 100% gray squirrel brush, handmade by artisans in Japan, blush brush one time, that retails for $110. I don't like how it applies the blush, so I don't use it. I've tried Sigma, Sephora, Ulta, MAC, Bobbi Brown, Laura Geller, The Balm, Buxom. I've tried low-end brands at the drugstore like e.l.f., Sonia, Kashuk, Eco Tools. So basically what I'm saying is I've tried a lot of different brands. I'm not a brush snob. If a $2 or $3 brush works for me for whatever I need it to do, then I am happy to stick with a $3 brush. So depending on where you fall on the expenditure spectrum, you may want just a basic starter kit of inexpensive brushes. You'll be able to find that here. If you're a little more advanced and you have some brushes and you want to upscale, you'll be able to find some higher price point brushes here. So let's get started with the foundation brushes. Now I have never been able to apply liquid foundation with a brush very well, but I do have two to show you anyway that I do use when I do try to apply with a liquid foundation. And those two are the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and the Beauty Junkies Round Kabuki Brush. Now these are both in about the same price range. This one retails for $8.99 and this one retails for $11.37. So as you can see, they're very similar in shape and size. They both are synthetic brushes with a little bit of a domed top. They're both super soft and very densely packed with bristles. These are the two that I like the best of all the ones that I've tried. Is this shape seems to work best for me. But what I do find is that the brushes like this give heavier coverage than I tend to like, which is why I prefer to use my fingers or a blending sponge to apply foundation. But if you are a brush person and you do like a heavier coverage, either of these brushes is great for applying liquid foundation. Okay, so moving on to powder foundation, my two favorite brushes for powder foundation are both It Cosmetics brushes. This one is the It Cosmetics Airbrush Mega Powder Brush number 127. It retails for $30. And this one is the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection Brush, and it retails for $48. And what I like about this one is it's got the two ends. So I like this one for applying my It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. This one gives a little bit more of a heavier coverage than this one. I like to use this one with my Becca powder. I can't just tell you one powder brush is the best one for every powder out there. It depends. It depends on how you like your makeup to go on. It depends on the consistency of the makeup itself. So let's move on to blush. I have three blush brushes here. Now, if you watch any of my tutorials, you know that the Crown 120 Kabuki fan brush is my absolute favorite blush brush. I use this every day. I got this on Hot Look years ago. So the way I use it is I just take my blush, and I like to start back here. I think on older people the blush right front and center doesn't look that great because a lot of our issues with our face are right up here with the tear trough and the sagging and the wrinkles and the pores and everything. Not a great place. So I bring it forward, then I turn the brush, and then I blend it. And this also helps it to get down and blend in with my bronzer so I don't end up with harsh lines of either or a space between them. Some other options are this It Cosmetics Airbrush Blurring Powder Brush number 126. It retails for $26. This one is synthetic. What I like about this one, again, is that it's super fluffy. so it doesn't pick up so much product. Another one that I have, it's the MAC Long Blending Brush, number 137. This retails for $42. This is a natural fiber brush. For a $42 brush, this thing sheds like crazy. I'm hoping it will stop shedding and that it will become a really favorite, can you see that? It, Real Techniques, and Beauty Junkies, no shedding. All right, for bronzer brushes, I have two here that are very similar. Again, they're all very similar, and I like them both equally. This one is the Real Techniques blush brush. It's a blush brush, but I use it for bronzer because this is the shape of brush that I like for bronzer. I like a nice, big, fluffy, round, domed brush. These are both synthetic brushes. This one retails for $8.99. The other one is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Radiance Wand number 14. This is really the one that I use every day, and so I really recommend this one. Again, super soft, nice and fluffy. It's not going to pick up too much powder, and no shedding. I love how this is cut. I love the shape of it. As you know, contouring is huge this year, and so I did go out and buy 2 new contouring brushes because I felt like with the cream contour product, it really needed a different kind of brush. I couldn't apply a cream contour product and blend it with any of the brushes that I had. So the first one is from IT Cosmetics again. This is the Velvet Luxe Soft Focus Sculpting Brush number 315. It retails for $34. The other one is the Real Techniques Sculpting Brush, and it retails for $9.99. So as you can see, for like a huge price difference, this one is like 3 times the price of this one. They are very, very similar. They're both super duper soft. This one, the bristles are a little bit longer, so the head on this one is flared out a little bit more. This one's a little tighter and a little bit more compact. I've been using both. I prefer the IT Cosmetics brush. Then the opposite of your contouring is your highlight. And while most of the time you can apply a highlight with your fingers, if it's a cream highlight, if it is a powder highlight, you need a separate brush for that, or at least I need a separate brush for that, because you don't want to turn it pink by contaminating it with your blush brush. So I tend to get a separate brush for it. One of the brushes that I really love for it is the Real Techniques setting brush. This is just a really small, nice, tapered, soft brush. It's synthetic bristles. It's got a tapered end, but it's just perfect for applying that little bit of highlight right on the cheekbone where you don't want it to be all over your face, right above the eyebrows, right down the bridge of the nose. It's great for that, so I love that one. And then the last face brush that I wanted to show you is my favorite e.l.f. blush brush. I don't use this for blush, but for me, this is the perfect size and shape for applying setting powder. For a $3 brush, this thing is perfect for that. I like to just put my setting powder in certain small areas around my face. It's perfect for applying right underneath the eyes to set the eye makeup. I'll apply a little bit right here on my cheeks or right here where I don't want any shine. So that's basically how I use the setting powder. I would never apply it with a big fluffy brush all over my face. All right, let's move on to the eyes. So the first kind of eyeshadow brush that you need is a packing brush. That's the brush that you're going to use to just pack color onto your eyelid. So that one can be a shorter bristle, tighter, firmer brush because you're not going to blend with it. These are all basically kind of the same shape and size brushes, and they're at all different price points. The ones that I tend to use most are the Beauty Junkies All Over Shader. That retails individually for $9.97, or it comes in a set with 8 other brushes for $24.97, and that's a great value. This one is the IT Cosmetics Small Shadow Brush number 220. It retails for $14. Next is the IT Cosmetics Airbrush All Over Shadow Brush number 119. It retails for $14. That's a synthetic brush as well. Then there is the Real Techniques Shading Brush. That one retails for $6.99. And the last one is by Sonia Kashuk. It's the number 106 eyeshadow brush, and that one retails for $6. Of these 5, the ones that I love to use the most are these 2. The IT Cosmetics All Over Shadow Brush and the Beauty Junkies All Over Shader. So then the next one that I usually reach for would be a crease brush. This first one is the Sonia Kashuk Crease Brush. This is $6 at Target. The next one is the IT Cosmetics No Tug Airbrush Blending Crease Brush number 105. That retails for $14. The next one is the e.l.f. Contour Brush. That is $3. And this is the MAC 221 mini tapered blending brush. This one retails for $25. And the last one is the Beauty Junkies Pro Crease Brush, which retails separately for $9.97. And of these 5, these are the 2 that I go for every single day. So I'll use this one for like a medium tone to really help to define my hood and make it recede. And then I'll use this one for a darker color in the crease, and I'm really loving this one lately. This one doesn't seem to have the same shedding problem as the big brush. $25 is a lot to spend on one tiny little brush, but I love this guy. This is like my favorite new brush of 2015. And then I like to use a separate brush for doing my blending, so once I have my colors on and where I want them, I like a nice long bristled, soft, fluffy brush again to do my blending so that it'll blend without tugging my eyes. So I have 2 of those to show you. One is the Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. That one retails for $16. And the other one is the Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush. Again, $9.97 individually or $24.97 in the set. Now these 2, I prefer the Beauty Junkies brush. As you can see, they are so similar, but I can always tell which one it is the second I touch it to my eyes, because this one was just slightly too long, and this one is exactly the right length for me. I like to use a clean brush for doing my blending. So these ones I never dip into an actual eyeshadow. And I just want to show you a couple more brushes, and they are from that Beauty Junkies set. I got this from Beauty Junkies. They sent it to me last February, and since then it has replaced my IT Cosmetics eyeshadow brushes, my Sigma brushes, all my brushes that I had used before as my favorites. So those are the 3 that I already showed you. Of these, my favorites are the Flat Definer. This one is great for older people if you're trying to get your eyeliner on and you want to make a little wing out at the corner, like a little cat eye, and you've completely given up because of the quality of your eyes. What I do is I put on a nice soft creamy pencil liner, then I go in with this brush and I just pull it out to make a little wing there, and it works perfectly at doing that. Before I got that MAC brush for doing the detail work in the crease, this was my favorite detail work crease brush, and those 2 are going head to head every day. I keep one down, one up, so now I have one in each location, and that makes me happy. So this is the Pro Pencil brush that comes with the set. And so this tiny brush really works to help control how much you're putting it on, keep it in the right place, and then you don't end up with dark all over your eyelid. That has been a real game changer for my makeup application. So this brush set gets you pretty much everything you need to start with your eyeshadow. This is available on Amazon. I have a Beauty Junkies coupon code, which I'll put right here. Also, all the links for everything will be in the information bar below the videos. This is all you need to do your eye makeup, to follow along with any of my tutorials. Since this was the Best of Brushes 2015, I give the award for the best brushes of 2015 to 3 brands: IT Cosmetics, Real Techniques, and Beauty Junkies. I think with any of those brands, you really can't go wrong with any of their brushes. The price points are mid to low, and so you don't have to spend a fortune on these kind of brushes the way you do with some other brands, and I think that they work really well, especially for mature skin and these special issues that us mature gals have with applying our makeup. So that is the entire video for today, everybody. I hope you found it helpful and informative. As always, I thank you for your time and I appreciate your watching. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.